Next Step Public Charter School, and is also our last scholar speaker of the evening. So Zara, I'll go ahead and pass it over to you.
Great, fantastic. So, well, thank you so much. Firstly, I would like to say thank you to the New Futures for giving me this opportunity. And also, I would like to say thank you to the NECTEX Public Charter School for bringing me here. So, well, the first thing that I would like to say is to introduce myself. Um, my name is Cesar Menjivar. I'm 20 years old, and I am from El Salvador. I have been living here in the U.S. for 3 years, and right now I'm attending to Prince George Community College, where I am studying human services because I want to become a social worker in the future. So what inspires me to study for become a social worker was to see all the injustices that we have here in the U.S. but also around the world. So I have witnessed this, unfortunately, these injustices. So that's why I want to be a social worker. So it hasn't been always easy. When I came to the US, I still remember I was in the paper, right? And there was a lady who was asking questions. I didn't know a word in English at that time because I was new here in the US. So I remember that I get afraid to since that moment I get afraid to even buy a coffee, to even go outside, to even ask for bags in the grocery store. So I know it sounds weird, but that's what's happened to me at that moment. It was so difficult to overcome that feeling. And but the first thing that I did when I get graduated from the Next Tech Public Charter School was to study English. I still remember that I was, there is a test. So in the test, I was placed for level 2 in English. So in the Next Tech Public Charter School, there are 6 levels. So when I was in level 2, there was a professor who was asking about what our favorite food was. Every single student was given a full sentence, a full complete sentence, and I didn't know how to answer that question. I was so nervous at that time that I didn't know how to answer that question. And I remember that a few months after that, we did the test again, and I was from level 2. I was relocated in level 5 and 6. So at that moment, the same professor that asked me a question in level 2 was my professor in level 5 and 6. So I still remember that he told me, "Wow, I mean, I have never seen someone jumping so quickly in level classes." And at that moment, he gives me like more confidence, and more motivation to keep doing what I was doing at that moment. So I remember that I knew that my weakness was reading and writing. So I say I'm gonna take a course in a college. So I went to Montgomery College, where I studied reading and writing for 4 months. Every single day I was working there to improve my weakness. And after that, I remember that I say, I have to try, or I want to feel how it's like to be a college student. So I went to UDC and I registered three classes. It was a huge challenge. I mean, 3 classes, it was so expensive because they took me as a international student. So it's way expensive. And so I didn't know that I'm not gonna fail this because I have to do it. So I went there. Everything was amazing. I was just paying attention a lot because obviously my English level at that moment was not the best. So I was always paying attention, taking notes every single day, and I was there. And I'm saying this because I know that English will not be a barrier anymore for me. And so if I can so everyone here can. And finally, I would like to say, obviously, thank you to the next new futures for giving us this opportunity to continue our education. And I know that I always like to say this: you are not like spending money on us. You are like investing in the future of the United States of America. And I know that every single person here, even if we got different careers, every person here is gonna give back to the community in a different way. So thank you so much, and I appreciate everyone for being here.